If you walk down any supermarket coffee aisle, you'll notice a very specific pattern. We've been trained to look for one exact phrase stamped on the front of the bag: 100% Arabica. Decades of highly effective marketing have taught us that this label is the ultimate sign of quality. By extension, it has taught us that the other major species of coffee, Robusta, is a cheap, harsh filler bean used entirely to cut costs. Consumers routinely pay a 30 to 50% premium for Arabica beans. We accept this markup assuming it guarantees a better tasting cup of coffee in every possible brewing scenario. But if you take those expensive light roast Arabica beans and pull them as an espresso shot for a latte, you often get a thin, highly acidic drink. Once you add milk, the coffee flavor almost entirely disappears. This diagram compares the two major coffee species that dominate global production. On the left is Arabica, characterized by its elongated shape, making up 60% of the market. On the right is Robusta, a smaller, rounder bean that accounts for the remaining 40%. Neither bean is inherently superior. Nature chemically engineered them for completely different environments, meaning they serve entirely different functional purposes in your cup. Arabica is a highly sensitive plant. It demands strict subtropical environments and thrives almost exclusively at high altitudes, typically between 2,000 and 8,000 feet above sea level. The cool temperatures in these mountainous regions put the plant under physical stress. This stress slows down the cherry's maturation process, forcing the fruit to develop over a much longer period of time. This chart maps both beans' chemistry. Arabica's extended growth accumulates twice the sugar and 60% more lipids than Robusta. During roasting, these sugars caramelize and trap aromatics. This creates high flavor complexity, producing sweet fruit, floral, and chocolate notes. That delicate chemistry carries severe trade-offs. The plant is incredibly fragile, requires intensive manual labor to harvest on steep mountain slopes, and is highly vulnerable to pests and diseases like coffee leaf rust. Arabica's rich chemical profile makes it the clear choice for brewing black filter coffee, but its physical structure is less dense, making it poorly equipped to handle the intense physics of high-pressure espresso. Robusta is built for survival. It grows comfortably at much lower elevations, from sea level up to 2,000 feet, and easily tolerates hot, humid climates. To survive in harsh lowland environments, the plant relies on a specific chemical defense mechanism. It produces between 1.7 and 4% caffeine by weight, nearly double the amount found in Arabica. In the wild, caffeine acts as a highly effective natural pesticide. The concentration in Robusta leaves and cherries is toxic to bugs, which drastically reduces crop loss and makes the plant incredibly efficient to farm. This chart shows the levels of chlorogenic acid, an antioxidant that protects the plant against disease. Robusta contains significantly more of it. While great for the plant's survival, this acid directly increases the baseline bitterness of the roasted coffee. Robusta's chemical armor makes it an agricultural powerhouse. But because it spends its energy creating caffeine and acids instead of sugars, brewing it as a black cup of coffee yields a harsh, woody, and intensely bitter flavor. Because of that bitter profile, you might assume you should avoid Robusta entirely, but espresso extraction is a violent process. Forcing water through packed grounds at 9 bars of pressure demands a coffee bean with specific physical traits. This chart compares flavor complexity on the horizontal axis against crema and body production on the vertical axis. Pure Arabica sits heavily to the right for flavor, but scores low on its physical ability to produce texture. Arabica beans are less dense and lower in protein. When subjected to the high pressure of an espresso machine, they struggle to trap carbon dioxide gas. This creates a thin, watery shot that lacks a stable layer of foam, known as crema. Traditional Italian roasters solved this by creating a deliberate formula. They take a delicate Arabica base and blend in 10 to 30% Robusta, pushing the final product into the upper right quadrant for both taste and texture. In this context, Robusta acts as a crema catalyst. Its dense cellular structure and high protein content act as surfactants, trapping the carbon dioxide released during extraction and creating a thick, stable emulsion of oils and gas. Trading a small amount of Arabica's fruity nuance for Robusta's heavy body gives the espresso physical weight. It provides the necessary structural power for the coffee to actually taste like coffee when mixed into a large, milk-heavy latte. Recently, the specialty coffee industry has started to challenge the idea that Robusta is strictly an industrial blending bean. We are now seeing the emergence of a completely new category, fine Robusta. Fine Robusta is produced when farmers apply the exact same rigorous agricultural standards used for specialty Arabica. The cherries are selectively hand-picked at peak ripeness, meticulously sorted to remove defects, and carefully processed. This high level of care strips away the harsh, rubbery flavors usually associated with commodity-grade crops. Instead, the cup yields a deep, smooth profile with refined notes of dark cocoa, warm spice, and sugarcane molasses. Because achieving this quality requires intense, precise manual labor, fine Robusta is no longer the cheap option. These specific beans regularly command prices equal to, and sometimes higher than, premium Arabica lots. By treating the plant with respect rather than viewing it purely as a cost-cutting tool, growers have proven that Robusta is a complex, premium ingredient capable of expanding our definition of what makes a great cup of coffee. So, how do you apply all of this chemistry to your morning routine? It starts by ignoring the 100% Arabica marketing seal and buying beans based strictly on your daily brewing method. This flowchart represents the primary decision you need to make. Do you primarily brew filter or pour-over coffee, or are you pulling high-pressure espresso for milk drinks? If you are a pour-over purist who drinks coffee black, follow the filter branch. You should strictly purchase 100% single-origin Arabica to maximize flavor clarity and experience those delicate, sweet notes. If you are a home barista making lattes or cappuccinos, follow the espresso branch. You need the structural power, heavy body, and thick crema provided by a traditional 80-20 Arabica Robusta blend. And if you need a massive caffeine kick to start your day while staying on a strict budget, you should actively seek out Robusta heavy blends. The secret to a perfect cup isn't finding the most prestigious label. It's matching the bean's chemical profile to your brewing method. To shop these exact profiles and upgrade your morning routine, check out the roastrig.com link in the description below.